8, no, it is 10:39 on the East Coast. I'm in an Airbnb, so y'all haven't seen this room before. But anyway, I'm talking low because it's supposed to be quiet time, and I don't want to wake anybody up. Today's been a rough day for me. Besides some other personal stuff going on. You saw my last update about the information about finding my birthright, and I really didn't know how to feel about it. I had mixed emotions. I mean, of course, I'm excited to finally have a piece of the puzzle, one half of the puzzle, and now the other half is finding my birth mother. But I think it all just came so fast and so quick. I was kind of overwhelmed, just like I've been with this whole process. Um, I think I'm a pretty transparent person. I tried to do this video like for an hour, but I keep crying. So if I cry during it, I want to apologize in advance. But I mean, this is what it is. Maybe other adoptees don't go through the same emotions when they do this process. I don't know, but and I'm not crying because I know there are probably adoptees out there who went through the process and found parents that didn't want a relationship. They didn't want that connection, they ended up not getting the closure they wanted. So I'm grateful that I do have answers. It's just a lot. The tears are sadness. It's just, I just wish I was handling it better because I know that my birth father, this is something he's been waiting for. And what he feels like should be an instant connection because he's been looking for me since I was born or since I was in the womb. And what should be an instant connection is an instant for me. Because he's calling himself my daddy. And I'm like, I have a daddy, that I've known 38 years. That's the only daddy I've ever known. And I can't just erase him because you're here now, and I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to replace or erase him and welcome this other man into my life, And so I know in his mind he is daddy, I'm still the baby he never got to see. So I'm empathetic to that. But it's just like I don't know what to feel, and then I feel bad that I don't feel the way he wants me to. I feel bad. And I feel bad for the way it's being received. And I think I wasn't as upset until I talked to my mother. And in these videos, when I say my mom and my dad, I know that people will say, how people say, I don't say stepfather, or I say father, or I don't say stepdaughter, I say daughter, okay? You need to, I'm not going to say adopted parents just because I'm now in connection with the birth parent. My mom and dad are the people that raised me. I talked to my mom, and she, I've been keeping them up through the whole process. I've been telling them every update, make sure I get both of them on the phone. and give them updates on what's happening. They've known I've been trying to search since I was 18, but it's always been dead ends. I've never been able to um, go any further than the non-ID report because I didn't have money for a private investigator, and things weren't electronic back then. This was like 90, the late 90s, so things weren't as advanced as they are now. You can go on and get online records, for practically anybody now. So now that I have these people helping me, it's getting done. So though I expected her to be, like a little bit shocked and maybe a little bit hurt, she just went completely left on me and was like, you don't know who this person is, and he may be trying to scam you and pretend like he's your dad. And it was just like, Mom, this is all DNA. This is DNA. It's like non-disputable. you know? So it's not like this man came to me and said, "Oh, I heard you was looking for a father. I could be your father," type of thing. We came to him because we had good evidence that he was my birth father. So, and then DNA confirmed it. And I'm like trying to tell her what's going on, and she was just like, you don't know who this person is, and he may just be trying to come into your life to scam you. And I know she's a skeptic. I mean, if anybody's gonna give you the doomsday, you know, scenario, it's my mom. When I came to Jersey, I'm gonna get stabbed and killed and raped, and New York is a horrible place, even though she lived here for a decade or so. It's not suitable for me. And she naively thinks that, I'm this sheltered person who can't fend for themselves. And so, I need to be told that I need to watch out for certain people. And I don't even think she knows the kind of people that have violated me in my life. So I'm a pretty good judge of character. I mean, it's just conversation. What could it possibly hurt to converse with somebody? But and then it went from that to, "Well, I don't see why you feel you need another father, or I don't see why you feel like you're missing something, that you need this man in your life and you need a father in your life," and all this other stuff. And that's not even. I started this journey because I wanted information, because I wanted to know who I was. I wanted to be able to talk about my heritage like everybody else gets to talk about theirs. I want to be able to say I'm this, this, and this, as far as my ethnic makeup, my heritage, I know all of the Woodard heritage. I know all of the Woodard family tree. I know all of the Woodard medical history, but that's not that's not my story. So I wanted to know my story. And this is why I did this. Relationships it was never like, that's why I want to do this. I was fully prepared for neither one of them to want a relationship with me, and that's fine. I just want answers. I want that kind of closure. I think all of us have a different kind of closure we're seeking. Maybe you just want to find out why that person put you up for adoption, and you want, an answer directly from them. You want to know their story, and you want to tell them yours, and you want to say, look, maybe there are some people who may want to thank their birth parents for giving them a great life. We all have different reasons we go on this journey, and all of it is not so we can replace our parents, the people that raised us. Come on. Now, I know some people get adopted out to horrible houses. They get adopted out to horrible people. But I think the majority of us who go through this, who go through DNA research, and all that stuff, is because we want to let them know, thank you for giving me such a great life. We may want, to let them know they have grandchildren. For a lot of people do want that connection. They want to see the person that created them. They want to look them in the eyes and say, dang, I look just like you. We all have different reasons for doing this. My reasoning was because, well, even when I was younger, when I was 18, 20, 21, was because when you start thinking about having a family, I was engaged at 19. you start thinking about having a family, you kind of want to know what you should be looking out for medically. Um, and so that's what I wanted to know. I wanted my medical history. I wanted to be able to go to the doctor and tell them exactly what runs in my family instead of, either telling them the Woodard, history or telling them, well, I don't know, I'm adopted, and sometimes you get these looks from these doctors like, oh, like, oh, okay, well, let's move on, type of thing. And it's disheartening to not be able to tell them um, what runs in your family. It's disheartening to have people be able to celebrate their cultures and you not know your own. It's like you have this piece of you missing. And that's what we seek to find is that peace. A lot of us go on this journey and find out our parents are deceased, but we still have the information. We have a little bit more of the peace than we had before. So I just, I tried to explain to her like I'm not looking to replace y'all. That's not what this is. I want to know who I am. I'm 38 and I don't know where I come from. I don't know what my mother looks like. I don't know where I get my eyes, my nose from, and I don't know. I don't know where these freckles come from. I don't know where my skin color comes from. I don't know if I'm susceptible to a heart attack or high blood pressure. I don't or cancer. I don't know any of that. You just want to know who you are, where you come from. That's all. And some of us stop at the DNA because that's enough to know where you come from and track back to those countries and stuff like that. But some of us want to go further, and I went further. I'm thankful that I was able to make this connection. And I didn't even get a chance to talk to my dad, and after talking to her, I didn't want to because since I found the father first, I don't want him to think that I'm trying to replace him. And even if he did think it, he would never say it. So she said it for him. But that's not what this is. Because I just didn't know what to say to him. And he kept calling himself my daddy. And I was just uncomfortable with that because like I said, um, I have a daddy. And I understand that you're my biological father, but I have a dad. I have a mom, and I need you to respect that. So I finally had that conversation with him today because he was kind of worried that I wasn't answering the phone. I didn't want him to think, like I didn't want anything to do with him. So I finally, just told him. He was like, well, was there anything I said? So I said, the daddy thing was kind of uncomfortable for me because I have a dad and I don't want them to feel uncomfortable with the situation. I don't want them to feel like I'm abandoning them and trying to replace them. And I don't want you to feel like you can't be a part of, my entire life, not just me, but, the Woodard side of the family. So, I told him I just need some time. I just needed a day. I've been crying like all day. And it's not just this other stuff going on, but this has been really bringing the tears, So I just figured I'd make a video and be as transparent as possible because maybe some of y'all are going through the journey and feeling the same thing. Or maybe some of y'all are afraid of these emotions. But you have to do it and you have to feel it. You have to talk through it. And you just have to make your adoptive parents understand that this is something you need to do for yourself. And I understand that the adoption wasn't something he wanted. It wasn't something Gary wanted, but it happened. For whatever reason, it happened. And I got two good parents. And they're still my parents. I'm 38 and that's still my mom and my dad. And I'm grateful now that I have a bonus father, and wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have made this connection, and we'll work on it. We'll figure each other out, and like how involved we want to be in each other's life. So it's just a process, and it's just been a bit, the emotions have been a bit overwhelming because the first day I didn't feel anything, and now it's just a flood of stuff. So I have to work through it. Hopefully my parents will work through it and support me in this journey. I thought I had their support, but after that conversation, I was like, I can't believe you. Like, this whole time you've been acting like everything was kosher. And now I made this connection, and instead of congratulating me, you're telling me that it may be a scam. It's just crazy. And I know that, her being on the defense, I don't think she meant any of it. But she said it. And it hurt me. So that's what's been in my head the past 24 hours. And I mean, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna get over it. I always do. When emotions overflow. But tomorrow's a new day. And even if I'm crying all day tomorrow, at least it was better than today. My advice is just, keep pushing through it and get the answers you seek. Whatever those answers are, whatever that connection is, get it. And I'm not saying my parents don't support me, but if there are people around you who don't support you, then oh well. Because I know every single one of us want to find that missing piece. And if you can find it, by all means, find it. And just want to say good luck to y'all, those who are on the journey, beginning the journey. If my videos inspired you to begin your journey, great, good for you. Let me know how yours is going, just like I'm letting you know how mine is going. Now that things are in full swing again, I will keep you updated as much as possible. And if you have videos, of your updates, drop them in the comments, link me so I can watch them too. And thank y'all for all the positive support and stuff that you have shown me, because you don't know me and you don't have to be interested in my story. And I know I sound like a crybaby on this one, but like I said, I'm pretty transparent, and this is a very emotional process. But I think you should do it. You should feel whatever those emotions are that you've probably been holding in and didn't even know existed. I found out I was adopted when I was like 11. Some people may, have known they were adopted, may have been foster children. Whatever the case is. Some of the stuff you probably didn't even know you were feeling may come out through this journey, but let it happen, get it out. These videos are kind of therapeutic for me, and I just hope that my journey is helping other people on theirs. So that's all I can say for now. He told me to just call him when I'm ready, and I will. I'll keep in touch, even if it's by text. I just didn't want to talk today because I was crying all day. And hopefully at some point I'll talk to my dad and see how he feels about everything. And I will update you when I have something to update. Thank y'all again.